In the journey of life, we all seek a deeper connection, an understanding beyond the material world. According to Buddhist teachings, spiritual awakening is a transformative process that occurs in stages, leading us from ignorance to enlightenment. Today, we'll explore the 5 life-changing stages of spiritual awakening, as taught in Buddhism, and how these stages can transform your life. The first stage of spiritual awakening begins with the call to awakening. At this stage, you feel a longing for something more, a sense that there is a greater truth beyond what you've been taught. In Buddhism, this is known as the moment when the mind starts to recognize the suffering of the world and seeks a way out. You begin to ask deep, existential questions. What is the purpose of life? Why do we suffer? Is there more to reality than what we can see? This is a crucial stage where curiosity ignites the flame of awakening, pushing you toward the path of seeking truth. The Buddha himself experienced this call when he left his royal life in search of the end to suffering. At this stage, you may feel a sense of restlessness or dissatisfaction with the mundane aspects of life. You feel drawn to spiritual teachings and practices, seeking answers to life's biggest questions. It's the beginning of your journey, but it's only the first step. The second stage of spiritual awakening is often referred to as the dark night of the soul. In Buddhist teachings, this stage is characterized by confronting the illusions you've held about yourself and the world. As you begin to awaken, you realize that much of what you believed about success, happiness, and identity was rooted in ignorance or misunderstanding. This stage can be difficult and isolating. As the illusions fade, you may feel lost, uncertain, or even disillusioned. Old patterns of thinking and attachments may begin to dissolve, leaving a void. However, in Buddhism, this is seen as a necessary step on the path to enlightenment. You must strip away false beliefs to uncover the deeper truth within. During this time, you may experience emotional turbulence, questioning everything you once believed. But remember, this is not the end. It's a purification process, preparing you for a deeper understanding. It is through this challenge that spiritual growth emerges. Like the Buddha's struggle under the Bodhi tree before his enlightenment, this dark night is an essential stage of transformation. After confronting the darkness comes the awakening of insight. In this third stage, you begin to see reality as it truly is, free from illusions and misconceptions. In Buddhism, this is often referred to as the development of prajna, or wisdom. You start to understand the nature of impermanence, suffering, and non-self, what Buddhists call the 3 marks of existence. At this stage, you realize that everything in life is interconnected, ever-changing, and temporary. You begin to see the causes of suffering and how attachment to impermanent things leads to pain. The teachings of the Buddha, particularly the 4 Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, become clear, guiding you toward the cessation of suffering and the cultivation of inner peace. The 4th stage of awakening involves a profound shift in consciousness. As you deepen your spiritual practice, you begin to let go of the ego, the false sense of self that clings to desires, fears, and identities. In Buddhism, this is the realization of anatta, or non-self, the understanding that the self is not fixed or permanent. This stage is often accompanied by a sense of liberation. You no longer feel attached to the roles you once played or the material desires that once drove you. You start to live with greater freedom, no longer bound by the constant need for validation or success. Instead, you find joy in the present moment, embracing the simplicity and beauty of life as it is. In this stage, compassion naturally arises. As you let go of the ego, you become more attuned to the suffering of others and are moved to help. You realize that we are all interconnected, and that by helping others, you are helping yourself. This is the foundation of the Buddhist principle of karuna, or compassion, which plays a central role in spiritual awakening. This stage is transformative because you start living with greater mindfulness and awareness. You no longer react blindly to life's challenges, but approach them with wisdom and compassion. You recognize that your thoughts and actions shape your reality, and with this insight, you begin to align your life with deeper spiritual principles. The final stage of spiritual awakening is enlightenment, or nirvana. In this stage, you experience a deep sense of unity with all beings and the universe itself. In Buddhism, this is the ultimate goal of the spiritual path, the cessation of suffering and the realization of true, lasting peace. Enlightenment is not a distant or unreachable state. It is the realization of your true nature, free from attachment, aversion, and delusion. You see the world with clarity, compassion, and wisdom. In this stage, you no longer perceive separation between yourself and others. You live in harmony with the flow of life, fully present in each moment. In this state, you experience boundless love and compassion for all beings. You are no longer ruled by the ego or the desires of the material world. Instead, you are guided by a deep inner peace and an unwavering sense of purpose. This is the path of the enlightened, the Buddha's teachings realized in action. The journey of spiritual awakening is not linear. It is a process that unfolds over time. Each stage is necessary, from the call to awakening to the dark night of the soul to the final realization of enlightenment. According to Buddhist teachings, awakening is not about escaping the world, but about embracing it with greater awareness, compassion, and wisdom. No matter where you are on your spiritual journey, remember that every step brings you closer to your true self. The path of awakening is not just for monks or sages. It is available to everyone. By embracing these 5 life-changing stages, you can transform your life and the lives of those around you. Awaken to your true nature and live in peace.